Okay, so what's up there, guys, and welcome back to Dig It Detecting. So, I've just gotten off the phone and I've had a bit of a strange conversation with the landowner. And look, this permission that I've been requesting this morning, this is a permission that I've been chasing for well over a year now. And the landowner's quite happy for me to go there and see what I can unearth. However, he's a little bit of a funny fellow. In saying that, basically, you know, I spent 15 minutes on the phone to him, all in all, over the last year and a half, I've probably spent about 2 hours on the phone to this bloke, and I've never even stepped foot on his property. So anyway, long story short, we've got permission to go out there this morning. Look, in the next hour, we're going out there at 12 o'clock. So, and we're on a time limit. He actually said, how long do you want to be here for? And you know, what are you going to find? And all this sort of stuff. And I said to him, look, at least, he said, I'll give you an hour. And I said, well, you know, maybe a couple of hours would be good. And he said, what do you know, if you're digging rusty nails, you might as well finish up. I said, well, it's a bit hard because it doesn't always work like that. You know, sometimes you've got to dig a bit of trash to get the treasure. I said, however, anything we find, you're more than welcome to keep. This is also, I should mention, an old pub site. So look, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what we can find, and that's the reason why I've hung on to this permission for so long, chasing it down. And every time I try and contact him, he's always too busy. He's always doing something. And that's what he said today. He's like, oh, I just don't have time for it. You know, he's like, I was hoping you weren't even going to call me up again. I would have been glad if I hadn't heard from you again. I said, well, I'm sorry. Like, I can, you know, you can say no if you like. Just checking I've got my bickies and coffee for today. But he said, I said, you know, you can say no if you like, mate. You know, I don't have to come out and detect it. I can let that one go if you like. And he's like, no, just buddy, come out and do it today, would you? And get it over and done with. So, look, as I said, he's a bit of a funny bloke. I don't know how much filming I'm going to be able to get done today and show you what comes out. However, we will try and dig our little heart out in 2 hours. And hopefully some good stuff comes out in that time and we can show you and show the landowner. And who knows, we may even be invited back. So he's a bit of a hot and cold bloke, this guy. 1 minute he's your best friend, the next minute you're having an argument with him. So look, I'm just going to try and stay cool, calm and collected today, and see if we can't get an invite back and see if we can't find a few good things. So anyway, stay tuned. It's going to be a funny day. Just about to start filming this one and saying, look, this sounds like a coin. However, as soon as I pop the plug over, I can see him sitting in there. You see that? It's another belt buckle. I've dug about look, 6 or 7 of these now, so in this one little area too. So I reckon I'm on the stables. Well then, we all know what this guy is. I seem to find him every time I go out. You see, this one's got looks like carpenter patterned on it. Very cool though, very cool though. I love finding them. They got that nice little intricate top at one end and the slider plate at the other. I always say how good the Equinox is, and here is a great example. So I got a nice little signal, nice enough to dig, and humming around in the hole there. Look what I found. A little tiny button. I'll put it on my knee there. You can see the loop at the back. He needs a good clean up. But yeah, look at that. Yep, there it goes. Little tiny star button. It's tiny. Look at this. Oh, nearly dropped it. That's it on my hand. So Equinox is doing well to pick up little tiny targets like that in amongst the rest of the trash that's here also, because, you know, nothing for me to dig one of these holes out and pull a couple of rusty nails out with a pinpointer before I even locate the target. So righto, it's 10 to 3, so you know what that means. We should have been out of here. We should have been out of here nearly an hour ago. And look, I still haven't seen the landowner. So I'm just going to wait for him to come and approach me, because that's what he said he was going to do. He said, you go down and make a start, young fella, and I'll come down and see you a bit later. So look, the house is only just behind us, so we could very well go and see him, but why would you be so crazy to do that? As if you wouldn't keep digging. So we'll get told to, we'll wait for him to come down and talk to us, because I just want to keep digging, because there's so many cool things coming out like this. So that's the, I found a few of these in the past before, and that's the front cover off an old padlock. So where the keyhole would be, that would be mounted, and it would swing to basically open and shut the keyhole. You got to remember, the keys that we use nowadays today, they're a lot smaller, a lot thinner, and yeah, so there's the pivot point up the top, right there where my thumb is, and it would have pivoted like that to open the padlock keyhole for you to put the key in. But you got to remember, the keys that we use nowadays today, they're a lot more thinner, and a lot less dirt, grime, water, moisture, and all that sort of stuff gets into the key locks of today. Whereas the old key locks, the old keys were big old skeleton keys, and therefore they needed to protect basically the locking mechanism and stop all that dirt and all the grime and shit getting in them. So yeah, pretty cool little piece. I love finding them. Okay, so there's no sign of John yet. Not quite sure what he's doing. As you can see, we've got a 20, 21. It's more landing on 20, which to me, the 20s are Britannia pennies. I found a few of them already today. So let's see how we go with this one. So yeah, it's what is the time? 3 o'clock. So you know what that means. We're an hour over what we're allowed today. We're only allowed 2 hours. So we're living on borrowed time right now. Look at that. It's an old rivet. You sure it is? Yeah, an old rivet, nothing special. So just to hold the tarp down or hold something down. Anyway, let's keep swinging before we get told to move on. Okay, so we've just been approached by a landowner, and we're showing him what we've got here for the efforts 2 hours that he gave us, or 3 hours because he let us go over. And guess what? We've got permission to come back whenever we like. He is more than happy with what we're doing. He's more than happy with what we found, and to be honest, I just didn't, I don't think he sort of understood. Oh, look at that. I don't think he understood what I was asking. You know, pretty obvious when someone comes and says they do metal detecting, but what he didn't realise is what I'm going to be finding. Things like this, very hard to see. It's an old Britannia coin anyway, so anyway, things like this though. And look, we've dug, this is about our 4th or 5th Britannia that we've dug now. And basically, after showing him some of the finds that we've had for the 3 hours this afternoon, he just said, look, I didn't know where you were really coming from, mate. I can see what you're trying to do now. You're welcome back anytime. So pretty cool way to hang in there, I suppose. Lucky we did, because bloody noisy cars. Yeah, lucky we did, because look, we now have this permission open to us for future hunting. So, and an old site like this, an old pub site, countless stuff can come out. And look, I'm only digging from 18 up to 40 today. So could you just imagine what's sitting from 0 to 18 at old sites like this? So anyway, we're going to do, I said to him, look, we'll do another 10 minutes and we'll get out of here, mate. And he's like, oh no, you just do whatever you want now. So he's happy. We've made a friend, and we'll take him up on that, because there are so many good targets here. So So we'll take him up on that, and he's going to remove all these box sawn hedges for me very shortly. And he's also going to dig out, that's a well, and he's going to dig that out. So, and when he does, I asked to be here. Bloody noisy cars. I asked to be here, and I said I'd even give you a hand, jump on the back of a shovel or whatever. But when he does, I'm going to be finding out what's in that well, because he said a calf fell in there, and when a calf fell in there, he removed the calf, and then to stop it happening again, he just filled it over with dirt. So you can still see the bluestone wall around it. So we're going to get in there one day, me and John, with a little excavator and a shovel, and we're going to dig that well out. Righto, we're in the box sawn now. They're surrounded by it. Got a nice target here though. And no, it's not my shovel. Well, a bit close, isn't it? I'm thinking it's going to be another Britannia penny. Being a 20. Oh, look at the old glass. Some writing on it. Very nice. There it is in the corner. What do we got? It's not going to be a coin. I can see it. Don't know what that is. Oh, don't know. Maybe part of an old window winder, I think, with those holes in it. They're the adjustment holes for the window. So anyway, I think, I'm not 100% sure. We'll take a bit of glass. See if we find something else cool before we get out of here. Okay, so this is the last target, guys. I don't want to go overstaying my welcome here with John today. He's been really, really good to me. A little bit funny to start off with, but really good to me just then. He just come and said, just do what you want, basically. However, we're not going to take advantage of that too much, and we're going to head off soon because we have been here for coming on 3-4 hours now. So we're just going to try and dig this target out, and this is going to be our last one. The car is just in front of us. Okay, we got him. It's a something. What do we got? You can see it's been through the fire. Looks like an old door lock plate. Anyway, we'll give him a bit of a clean up when we get home. It seems like there's something else still in that hole, so we'll give him a bit of a clean up when we get home. That piece. We'll just see what this other thing is. Probably a nail. Let's have a look. Yep, just a nail, squiggly nail. All right, let's clean this hole in, and let's make our way home for the conclusion. Okay, so we're back, guys, and as you can see, we're home, and we've got all our finds laid out ready to show you. So we're pretty much losing daylight, so we're going to make this really quick. So we'll go through and start with the trash. Basically, look, when we made contact with John today, a little bit bit of a funny bloke, and basically he said, I said to him, any trash that comes out, we'll show you, and any good stuff comes out, you're more than welcome to keep. Well, he pretty much told me flat out, mate, you will not find any rubbish. You won't be finding any rubbish in my paddocks. And I reassured him that we probably will, and well, we did. So anyway, heaps of brass, copper items there, nothing too special in there. However, a bit of a shame about that one. He's actually a black powder gun flask, and as you can see, he's been crunched and folded and bent, and a bit of a shame, bit of a waste, but anyway, 'tis what it is. So we'll start from the left here and work to the right. So we've got this old Keyplate Lock. We're getting good at finding these. We've found one in every single video lately. So it has got something written there too. Carpenter's patent by the looks. Very, very cool piece, and they're generally snapped off in the middle there, so it's nice to find one complete. Next up, we've got the little door lock, key lock. It's a key, basically a padlock key cover, so keyhole cover. I'm trying to get my words right there. So I'll give you a bit of an example, and look, this is not the right key plate. However, it would have pivoted from the top there, and it would have opened excuse me, it would have opened and closed, exposing the keyhole lock. As I said before, you've got to remember that the keys were a little bit different to what we've got now. Therefore, the key padlock itself, the mechanism inside, probably needed protecting a little bit, and hence why these fellas were made. And look, everything was decorative back then and made quite intricately. Trying to get that word out. So, yeah, very, very nice piece. Anyway, I've got the old tap handle. These would have been used for turning on the old taps. Just a square head. You'll notice some of the taps that I find have got handles and some have square heads, and that's the reason why you would carry that tap on you, this tool on you, to open the tap. So anyway, and there's another one there, but he's broken. So an old gas burner. So find a few of these. Not exactly sure where they were used, however, pretty cool, definitely a gas burner. A few old buckles. And look, a lot of these buckles come from where I said and presumed the stables were. So especially these fellas here, they're definitely horse buckles, horse tack. A couple of your fob watch covers. This one's got some numbers or writing or something on the back there. Look, I'll clean them up, give them a bit more of a look. We've got the old serving plate handle. So I'll try and throw up a picture up the top there and to show you what these look like. However, these are the old serving plate handles, so they would have been mounted onto a dish or a bowl down the bottom there. They would have mounted from this point here, so that's where it's broken off down the bottom there. But this would have been the handle. You would have picked it up and, you know, took over like a tray of bickies or whatever, and basically delivered it using that handle to carry it. So pretty cool piece. Anyway, the old shaver, and look, this shaver is probably what is going to look, he was very skeptical, the landowner, why we wanted to be there, and today, after finding a few pieces and this shaver being one of them, we showed it to him and he was over the moon. He was actually there pretending to shave with it, going, oh, you know, this is bloody ripper, unbelievable, he was saying. So he was really over the moon about that piece. So I'm glad we showed him, and look, we showed him everything here. And he's not he's not interested in keeping anything, so we're lucky on this one. We get to keep some stuff. However, he couldn't get over that shaver. He just thought it was ripper, and that alone, showing him that, and the rest of this other stuff, you know, he couldn't believe the amount of rubbish we got out. But showing him something like that is probably what's going to let us get back on there again for our future hunting. So the old door lock plate, the old belt buckle. This would have had something mounted on it. You can see the two pinholes there. However, we're probably never going to know what sort of buckle it was. It could have been, look, it could have been a rowing buckle, it could have been a cricket buckle, could have been a shooting or a hunting buckle. Whatever hung or was mounted from those two pins would have depicted the scene, I imagine. Anyway, this is the old horse rosette, lead horse rosette, and it's basically a decorative piece that they would have mounted to their horses or their carts, just basically horse tack. And same with this piece here. I'll throw up a picture up on top there and basically showing what these would have been used for. But these are off the old bridle, so you would have had a leather strap sort of coming off each way, and so it's just a connector piece for the leather straps basically. A couple of old harmonica reeds, the old Iodex bottle. It's not that old. It's got the AGM, little AGM Castle, you can see written there up top, which tells me it's sort of 1910, 1920 onwards, which is when the AGM Castle come out. AGM also stands for Australian Glassmakers too, by the way, anybody's wondering. Anyway, this piece here, I dare say, my great nanny used to have one of these. I dare say that's an old candle holder. You would have had a handle here, where my thumb is, and the candle would have come up through the center, so the candle would have been sticking up there, and this bold area around the outside, that's where all the candle wax would sort of form and fall down. You can see how the center's raised and the outer is bold, so you can just imagine someone like walking out to the toilet of a night time holding this and yeah, lighting their way. So anyway, and the candle wax, as I said, pulls up around the outer there. So pretty cool. The old door handle. It said to John, how many times would someone have turned this door handle John, and here we are, we're holding it today. So pretty cool. Anyway, coins. This is a token. So this is an old token, old merchant's token. It rang up as a solid 31 on the Equinox 800, but as you can see, there is not much left of it. But I know it's a token because you can just see that the size difference there. It's actually thicker and it's larger in diameter. I can't remember the exact size of tokens. I think they're 32 or 34 mil. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, look, I know they're bigger anyway, and look, the fact that it rang up as a 31, that tells me straight away it was a token. We've got the Old English 1878 English threepence. Beautiful coin, beautiful. It's got a bit of tarnishing there, however, with a bit of bicarb soda mixed in between your fingers and a bit of water, just rubbing it, that will come up brand new, absolutely brand new. I probably should have done it for the video, however I just generally get home and sort of lay them out and film. So what do we got? 1912 halfpenny. I'm not going to pick them all up. I'm just going to go through because we are going to run out of light. Excuse me, the sun has gone down. So we're running on borrowed time now. 1921, so yeah, a few com pennies, and then from the Britannia pennies here. So we actually got 6 Britannia pennies for this site, which is really cool. However, the ground has not been very good to them. As you can see, I'm holding the best one right now. So if this is the best one, just imagine what the other ones look like. They're dodgy camera work. They're pretty cruddy. They're pretty cruddy. You can see though, they're all Britannias. Here's an 1872. But yeah, all pretty cruddy, unfortunately. So look, it is what it is. I had a ripper of a day, and judging by the finds that we got there for the little over 3 hours that we spent there, there's going to be plenty more there to find. So maybe even a gold sovereign, who knows? As I said to John, you might be sitting on a gold sovereign there, mate. So, and as he mentioned, he is going to get in and dig out that well, so one day, so that'll be good. Anyway, really hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button below, and we're going to get back out, do a little bit more hunting next week. The weather's going to clear up a little bit for us, so we're going to get back out and visit a few of the old house sites again and take it from there. So hope you enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as I mentioned, so you don't miss out on anything for future, and I'd love to see you there on that next hunt. Cheers guys, and happy hunting.